I'm Aleksandra Hornik, and welcome to another WOC interview.
Thank you for the introduction. When I checked your results, it seemed to me that you like sprint and middle more than long. Is that right, or am I wrong? And what disciplines will you run on WOC 2021?
Yeah, for me, the long is really tough. And I think I still need some more years of preparations. So for now, yeah, sprint and the middle are the one that suits me well. But at WOC, I will run whole program.
So you will do complete the whole program, also mixed relays.
Yes, that will be very challenging and demanding, but yeah, that's how it's for me.
Yeah, then you are a perfect runner for this interview, because you are the first one of all interviews who will run the whole program. So we have a lot to talk about. You probably spent some time, or how much time have you already spent in WOC terrains, and how do you feel about the WOC terrains?
I haven't counted it, but since 2020, I've been there like plenty of times. It was like always like short journeys, like up to a week, but quite intense program there. So yeah, mostly we spent most time we spent in the forests to get the most familiar with those terrains. And they're both very tough, I must say. There are some challenges like hills and green areas and quite dangerous rocks and so on. So even though I spend there, yeah, I can say a lot of time, there's always something I like. I don't say it. There's something it's a bit tough. Like in general, the terrains are very difficult for me. So it needs a lot of strength and lots of mental strength to move there well.
I believe so. Probably all the races will be very technical, but yeah, how do you prepare for? I mean, the runability probably will be quite different. Middle should be definitely slower than the surface on the long. How do you prepare for that? You like, yeah, splitting the training for both?
Yeah, mostly yes, and additionally, sometimes we have session like we might or controls in the green areas, and some with like easier to run terrains. So yeah, in general, we're trying to have every type that we can find there in one training.
And if you should say which of the terrains will suit you the best, which one is the best for you?
That's a very hard question, because even though the one type of terrain and the another, it seems like they're the same, but there are some maps that are a bit easier, and there are some that much more difficult, even though we talk about the same terrain. So it's really hard to tell, but I think maybe, yeah, really, but I think maybe middle distance. Yes, it's more.
Actually, I expected that, because even on the Polish side of the border in the mountains, you can find quite a similar terrains, or very rough terrains. So I was thinking, I suppose you will like the middle more, but maybe you will love the sandstone terrains for the long as well.
There's like very much climbing in the sandstone terrains. That's very hard. And yeah, and we have yeah, quite similar terrains to those we can find on the middle. But I think our maps, our terrains are even more difficult. So sometimes it's more like walking than running. So yeah, but it was much better to go to the Czech and train there.
Okay, but maybe you will like the sprint terrains the most. They will be quite flat, if I'm right, and there will be a lot of fast running, I believe. But actually, where do you see the biggest chances for you for the best result? And we have a plenty of races to pick off. So
I think even if I spend much time in the forest, it will be a sprint distance, especially because of EOC. Their preparations were focused on fast running, so I believe there's something that lasts from the EOC. So yeah, I think the sprint will be my main focus on the WOC, and also sprint relay, I can say.
Okay, and yeah, we are talking with each other less than 3 weeks ahead of WOC. You already mentioned that you spent quite a lot of time with sprint preparations for EOC in Switzerland. How will next days will look like? What will you do? What will you train? Will you improve some skills?
Yeah, actually, on the first day we start with Polish national team, like mini walk training camp, and then we like compete in every distance and similar program, and so that will show us where we are, what we can still improve. Yeah.
Okay. Except walk, you ran for Paimon Rasti.
Yeah.
What are the goals after the walk? I believe connected also with national team, of course, with the World Cups, but also with your Finnish club. What are the goals? What are you heading for?
Oh yeah, of course, I can't wait to run Yukola, and hopefully we'll fight for at least top 10. And also, yeah, I hope I could go to Finland for some camps and run there some relays with Paimon Rasti, and maybe also prepare to next year Yukola, because we already focus on it.
Okay, yeah, that is a plan for a long time ahead.
Yeah, of course.
If you should, just a last question in this part, if you should highlight some, yeah, but it's difficult for all the distances, but if you should highlight what will be the key to get the best result on WOC?
I think it will be to really know where to go, even though it's green around you and there's so much stones. It's very important to trust yourself and estimate correctly which stone is which, and so on. So I think the perfection will be the key.
Okay, so yeah, if you can invite the spectators